Hello and welcome to a brand new video podcast with the Freedom Law Clinic. My name is Luke Gittos. I'm the director of the clinic. I founded it in 2015 and I've been a criminal lawyer for 13 years. And this is our podcast, the Freedom Law Forum, debates and dialogues. Each week we will look at issues in law and legal education and explore how we can use legal education to change the world. It would be great if you could subscribe, leave us a review, and if you're interested in our courses and unique learning opportunities, get in contact via our website, freedomlawclinic.org. Okay, so for our first show, I wanted to talk about the SQE1 examination. We're talking to you about a week after the most recent sitting, and we're starting to get a lot of feedback from our students about what went right and what went wrong. And on the basis of that, I wanted to start with a really simple message, which is don't sit the exam. It's a really strange thing for me to say, given that we are launching and have launched an SQE1 course, and our whole reason to exist is to prepare people for this exam. Or at least that's what you might think. In reality, our purpose at the Freedom Law Clinic is not to prepare you for an exam. It's actually to turn you into lawyers. And that's what I think a lot of people get wrong about this examination. They think that they can go into it and treat it like any other academic qualification, like the LPC or like their law degree. But actually, this exam is completely different. It's based on your competence as a lawyer. The SRA are looking to you to be as competent in your knowledge and in applying your knowledge as a day one qualified solicitor would be. In other words, they're testing whether you can apply legal knowledge in a way that a day one qualified, I'm working at a law firm solicitor would do. And so actually, this isn't an academic exam. It's about competence. And if you go into the exam thinking, well, all I need to do is revise, create flashcards, highlight textbooks, then I think there's a real risk you're going to become unstuck. And the risks here are significant, right? The pass rate is about 54%, meaning around half of the people that go into that exam room, having spent an enormous amount of money in order to sit it, will not pass. And they probably will have spent even more money on their training in order to pass the examination. That's why I really think you should think very carefully before you sit down and start preparing for this examination. I'm not talking to those students who are, for example, already in their legal career, maybe 1 or 2 years into a full-time legal position, but that's not most of us. Most of us are thinking about whether to get into law. Most of us are looking at the SQE as an exciting new route to be able to qualify. And that's exactly what it is. The SQE does present a unique opportunity for people who have never had any legal experience whatsoever to get into the field. But given the accessibility of the SQE, the obvious risk is that people try to run before they can walk. So that's why our approach at the Freedom Law Clinic is different. We're not training you to pass an exam. I mean, we will do that. We've got a full suite, obviously, of SQE resources that are comprehensive. We've got a team of lawyers ready to train you to pass that exam. But that's not nearly good enough in today's environment. You need experience on your CV. But more importantly than that, you need experience actually applying the legal principles that you're learning about. You need to be faced with a client who's asking you a question about the law and who needs an answer. And it's only by creating those connections in your brain between the principle and a real life scenario that you can have a hope of identifying the best possible answer when it comes to sit the exam. We really think that delivering pro bono work trains your brain to be able to answer the SQE questions more effectively. And I think a big reason why we see such a large failure rate in the examination is because people are approaching it without having that practical legal experience. So don't sit the exam. Or at least don't sit it until you're ready. Don't sit it until you've had some real life practical experience working on real cases. One thing we see time and time again is students come to us, they're really, really academically smart, but what they're missing is that edge that experience gives you. And that's what we do. That's how we add value to people. We give them interaction with real people with real legal problems, and that's how we get them ready for the examination. I think this exam can slip up even the most academically gifted student because it's not just about academics. It's how you apply yourself and how you apply the law to a particular set of facts. So look, our pitch is simple. Do not sit that exam without practical experience. Do not have in your mind the idea that you have to get through this exam at any cost, because passing the exam on its own is not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough to turn you into a competent lawyer. It's not going to be enough to land you a job. So come and try out an approach with the Freedom Law Clinic, which combines qualifying work experience and SQE1 training. We're not just going to train you for the exam, we're going to turn you into a lawyer. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a review. And if you want to find out more about the Freedom Law Clinic, get in touch via our website at freedomlawclinic.org.